Well, hello there. Today is Friday, October, what is it, 4th. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. That's what it sounded like when I interrupted, or I should say, started this program. All right, summary, a distance time graph. So we're dealing with distance times graphs. These I usually hear from most students. This is one of the easiest lessons from domain and range and all this other stuff we've been doing. So this lesson, this video will be rather short so that I give you ample time to do the quizzes that is due at the end of the block. All right. So this video is really short. And so the first thing I want to do is tell you to pay attention to the actual, where we want to be. We're going to be, sorry, I'm on a tangent. Come on, man. Pay attention. Let's do gold today. I don't think I like gold. Ooh. Money, money. All right. So pay attention to the X and Y axis. On your quizzes, everything will not be distance. Sometimes it's going to be, what is it going to be? I don't know. Can't remember, and I'm not going to pull it up. But it will not always be distance. So this is a distance time graph. Why? Because we're dealing with distance. I don't know why that cracked me up. Because we're dealing with distance and time. Okay, that's why it's called a distance time graph. All right, so you have this in front of you. We're dealing with the gold because we're going to be golden today. Y'all get it? Golden, gold. I'm writing in gold and you're going to be golden. Golden is like you're going to get an A, like golden, like gold, like golden, like gold, golden. All right, a distance time graph tells you or tells us how far an object has moved with time. That's what it does. The steeper the graph, the faster the motion. All right, so let's take a look at this. Actually, we're not going to be. Oh my gosh, where did it go? Hold on. Y'all, I don't know what happened, but it came back. So my highlighter needs to lose a couple pounds. Highlighter, stop being weird. You know I'm clicking this button. Like, what are you doing? I think because I'm uploading a video in the back, my computer's like, dude, you're doing too much. I'm not about to work with you. So my highlighter's not going to lose any weight. It's stubborn. Oh God, I'm tired. All right, everything's cracking me up. All right, so the distance time graph tells us how far an object has moved with time. So the steeper the graph, the faster the motion. I was gonna do this and say, hey y'all, this is a very, ooh, look at that thick line. Look at that. This is a very steep line. So it's talking that is really moving fast. All right. The reason why I cannot think. I'm sorry. I just feel like I'm just talking in circles. All right. So the steeper the graph, the faster the motion. So this is a very steep line. So it's a faster motion. This, okay, I forgot my highlighters. Like I'm not working with you. This is not as steep. So that's moving slower than this line. Oh, it disappeared again. Oh gosh. Hold on. So I realized when I click on something different, like, oh God, I just did it. If I just said I realized it, well, then why would I do it? All right, so when I click on something different, it disappears. So I'm just going to have to stay on the red pen. All right, so we're going to be red today. We're not going to be golden. Just just bear with me, whatever. All right, so yeah, I said this is a steep line because it's a steep line, so that means you're moving fast. This is not as steep, but if we talk about the line, we're talking about the fact that our speed is constant. So if the line is straight, that means the speed is constant. All right. If the line is straight, the speed is constant. So a horizontal line means the object is not changing its position. It is not moving. It is at rest. So when we see this right here, this means that I'm not moving because the distance right here is not increasing. So I'm not moving, but time is still going on. So if I'm not moving, but time is still going on, that means that, well, if I'm not, if the distance is not growing and time is still going on, that means I'm stationary, which means the object is not moving, is at rest. That is very important. It makes perfect sense. A downward slope line means the object is returning to the start. Now people get confused right here, because they think if I'm going to return to the start, this right here is where I started, right? Okay. I guess y'all don't really have to be writing a lot of this, because when you look at this and look back at your notes, you'll be like, what all these circles means, what these ovals mean. So, I mean, if you're circling with me, you can, but I prefer you look at this video because I think it's more of a visual thing than writing something down. So this is the start. But if I do this, say for instance, if I did that, what's happening? Why is that impossible? Give you a couple of seconds. Why is it impossible for me to say, hey, go back to the start? Why is it impossible? Why is it impossible? Why is it impossible? Why is it impossible? That's my waiting music. All right, it's impossible because you're going back in time. Unless you have superpowers. Who thinks they have superpowers? Sometimes I think that Mika think he has superpowers, and then Andrew thinks he has superpowers. Harini actually does have superpowers. I've seen her superpowers. So you can't travel back in time. That's impossible. Okay, so don't do that. All right, let's move on. A downward sloping means that I'm returning the rest. So that means this is going back to this line. This line represents the start. You know why the line represents the start? Because that's when the distance is 0. So I start here, right? The distance is 0 there. So when I return back to the line, that means I'm going back to the start. All right, this line that I haven't talked about right here is curving. So we know that the speed is growing in distance, but it's actually the speed is increasing. So this curve means that my speed is increasing over time. All right, try to make this video no longer than 10 minutes so folks don't be like, I ain't have enough time to do that quizzes. You didn't give me enough time. And yes, I did. Y'all, the thing that's supposed to be right here is not here. Give me a second. All right, here we go. So I'm going to go through each point and talk about each section so that you'll be fine. So this is the scenario of what's happening in each part. So here's a reminder, just a reminder right here. Straight line is a constant speed. A steeper line is a faster constant. Constant means that it's straight, you know. A horizontal line, the object, come on, buddy. Where you go? I ain't even hit anything that time. All right. The object is not moving. It's at rest. A curved line means that it's speeding, it's getting faster, and a line going downward towards the x-axis, the object is returning home or to the start. Now I'm going to break down each word because this is what you need to understand. Notice we have distance and time. Y'all, I'm going to try to trick y'all on the quizzes, and everything won't be distance and time, so please read your axes so that you know what you're looking at, because I'm trying to trick you, and sometimes I trick people and sometimes I don't, especially if I say I'm gonna try to trick you. All right, and Donovan, don't think too hard. Donovan, I say that and Donovan will stare at a problem and not even do anything. Donovan, I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to trick everybody but you. All right, so it says A leaves home jogging at a constant speed. So right here, I know, I'm gonna break down the word. I'm leaving home. How do I know I'm leaving home? Because this is my start. And I left that. So I left home. How do you know I'm jogging? Because how the line is slanting. It is not steep. This line right here is not steep. So that's how I know I'm jogging. How do I know I'm at a constant rate? It is because the line is a straight line. Okay? So I broke down all those. That's how I know I'm leaving home. I'm leaving home because I started here and I ended up there. And I'm jogging. I know I'm jogging because the line is not steep, and it's a constant rate. Is a constant because it's a straight line. Then this part B says I stop to rest at a bench. Okay, so how do I know I'm stopping to rest at a bench? Because the line is horizontal, because time is still moving on. Time is still moving on, but the distance is not. Distance is not moving. So I'm stopping and I'm resting. Okay. Gradually accelerates to a sprint. So the gradual happens in the curve right here, right? So that means I'm speeding up. That's gradually accelerating. And then the sprint happens right there. You see how steep that is? And that's the sprint. Okay? Jog slowly at a constant rate. Now, again, I know it's slow because of how steep it is. So that's the jogging slowly and a constant rate because it's a straight line. And then sprints back home. Y'all see what I did there? Sprints back home. Y'all see what I did there? Sprints back home. You see what I did there? Sprints back home. I did it fast. You know, people, Ben was like, why is he going so fast? Ben, because you're sprinting. All right. Ian, you're sprinting. You're sprinting. Courtney, you're sprinting. Zaria, you're sprinting. You are Liam, you're sprinting. You're sprinting. You're sprinting. All right, so you're sprinting back home. How do I know I'm going home? Because I'm going back to where I started. That's how I know I'm going home. Chloe, you know you're going home. Cammie, you know you're going home. Allison, you know you're going home because you're back on the x-axis, which means that there is no distance from where you started, which means you went back home. All right, y'all, I'm done. So it's I'm gonna hit this, it's gonna disappear. There it is. And then it's gonna reappear. Whew. Beast mode, son. It's been another production. I said it was gonna be 10 minutes. Oh well. It's been 11 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm out. Bye.